Hey everybody, Asher with Gents. As of this video, when I'm filming it, it is almost the new year. So I figured I'd go ahead and make a video with some fragrance resolutions for this next year. Basically just some things dealing with fragrance that I want to do either for my channel, even the Facebook group, and just in general. So I have a number of different resolutions. Figured I'd go ahead and put them onto videotape and maybe that'll make them stick. So let's go ahead and talk about my fragrance resolutions for 2019. My first resolution is about just a single fragrance. It's one that I do really like. Lots of you out there really like this one. Just super popular, very versatile, ends up on lots of my lists throughout the year. So I figured maybe let's go ahead and give it a rest. So for 2019, my first resolution, don't wear Aventus for the entire year. Probably the most popular men's niche fragrance that there is. This one ends up on lots of my lists. Like I said, top 10 lists, most complimented lists. It gets on my channel over and over throughout the year, one way or another. Sometimes, you know, just because I'm talking about clones, Creed Aventus makes its way onto another video. And I do reach for this one a lot. It's one of my dumb reaches, kind of like Bleu de Chanel might be, or Versace Dylan Blue, or Sauvage for a lot of you out there, where you're not really sure of what to wear, and on the way out the door you just grab whatever is your dumb reach and spray it on. Aventus is that for me for most any occasion. It's just so easy to wear. It smells really nice. Guys like it, girls like it, almost everybody seems to like this one. Does really well for me in terms of compliments as well. But like I said, that means it makes its way onto lots and lots of videos. And so my first resolution is to take Aventus just completely out of my rotation. Just don't even wear it a single time. So that's what I'm going to do. I may end up wearing stuff like Pineapple Vintage instead, so that's kind of a little bit of a cop-out for me. But this next year, no Aventus. So that means in 2019, when I have top 10 lists, you know, most complimented, top 10 spring, top 10 summer, you know, top 10 niche, whatever fragrances, when Aventus does not make that list, it's because, as of now, no more Aventus for the next year. With a caveat, if I'm talking about clones or something like that, I may bring up Aventus, but I won't be wearing it. So there's my first resolution. Rest in peace, Aventus. I still love you, but no Aventus next year. My next resolution, do not take any extended breaks from the channel in 2019. People that have watched my channel for a long time, some of you maybe even from the beginning, know that I've taken 2 extended breaks over the past couple of years. The first extended break really is just because I moved to a new house, it was getting remodeled, I went on vacation, and when I came back with everything that was going on, I didn't really have much time to invest in the channel. So I took a break there. The second extended break was because of a number of different things. I was getting burnt out a little bit from a lot of the videos that I was seeing on YouTube where I just felt like there was some BS or some trickery afoot. Number 2, Chris Giorgio, Mr. Siage, passed away kind of in the middle of the extended break that I was taking, and that made it where I just, you know, didn't want to come back. It pushed everything out a little bit further. And then the third thing, which I haven't really talked about, was my wife had a miscarriage. So with all that going on, it just factored into making it where I took a number of months off from the channel. But for 2019, I'm planning no extended breaks. Maybe a small break here or there, like if I go on vacation and I don't have videos shot beforehand. I'm gonna try to have them done beforehand, and as of right now, where I'm sitting and saying this, I feel like I'm gonna be able to. But either way, no extended breaks. So no month or 2 where there's nothing uploaded on the channel. Not gonna happen. So that's resolution number 2, no extended breaks. Resolution number 3 is gonna be a little bit difficult. It's been okay so far over the past month, but I plan on uploading at least 5 times a week. I've been doing daily uploads for about the last 3 weeks, I feel like, and it's been going okay. Basically, I cut out a lot of the fancier editing that I used to do because it took too much time. So if I were still editing the way that I did some of the videos that I've done in the past, probably wouldn't be able to do daily uploads or even 5 days a week. It would just be too much time. So I've kind of streamlined it. I've made the editing basically very simple. That way I can shoot stuff and get it out and not have to spend, 3 or 4 hours editing a single video. So that's the plan for the next year. I'm gonna keep the editing pretty simple, basically as it has been. That way I can upload more consistently. Again, shooting for 5 a week. If I can do daily though, that would be great. So that's resolution number 3, at least 5 uploads a week. And we're gonna do that kind of on an average, but I would say 5 a week. Resolution number 4, also with the channel, do more live streams. In the past, I've done a number of live streams. I would usually say that I was gonna do them for an hour and then end up sitting on there for 3. But I plan on doing more live streams this coming year, but I do want it to be a little more set in stone. So if I say that I'm going to do it for an hour or an hour and a half or whatever, that once I hit that hour or that hour and a half or 2 hours or whatever I have it set for, that I actually wrap it up. Because some of those went on for way too long. And when I sit there for 3 hours on a live stream and I just keep it going and keep it going, it kind of starts to kill a little bit of the fun of it. So I'd like to do more of them, that way I can interact with more of you guys, more of my subscribers, but probably gonna keep that to an hour and a half in terms of length. Just makes it easier, more doable, and something that I can do more consistently without having to block off just an enormous amount of the day. Another thing I'd like to do with live streams is not the exact same as when it was Team Top 5, but maybe have a guest on every once in a while, or really just somebody to kind of chop it up with. Have somebody like Manny from Cascade Scent, or maybe Timmy from Imagine Scent, or somebody like that that I know fairly well, 1 or 2 people, no more than that, onto a live stream with me. That way we can have kind of a more natural conversation. That way we can touch on things that are maybe a little bit more important in the fragrance community, instead of having it very structured like the Team Top 5 streams would be, where we would have a game and then have a Q&A or whatever. I'd like it to be a little more free-flowing. That way the conversations are a little bit more natural, and we can seg into things that are maybe more important to the people watching. Whether that's talking about some drama that's going on in the fragrance community, or questions that have popped up, or whatever. So I'd like to do that, and I'll run that by those guys as well. Maybe we can get that set up early in 2019. So there is resolution 4, more live streams. Resolution number 5, do more interactive polls on Facebook and YouTube. So I have a Facebook group. A lot of you are aware, a lot of you are in that group. It's Gents, Scents, Fragrance Family if you search it on Facebook. I just recently did a poll for what my theme of my fragrance rotation would be for this week that I'm in right now, and it's fragrances I hate. But it was kind of fun putting that poll up and seeing everybody vote on it. So I want to start doing more polls on YouTube and my Facebook group each, or both. So whether that's a poll for whatever review you'd like to see next, or what type of fragrances, again, that you want me to wear for a rotation, or what kind of things you want to see covered or talked about or whatever, I plan on doing more of that. I think polls work a little better in Facebook because members can add their own option, their own choice, and then select that. In YouTube, it's basically only what I put on the poll. So if you have a better idea, you can't add that option and have people vote on it. It's just whatever I put there. Technically, you can leave comments, and then people could like that comment and kind of bring it to the top of the poll where I could see it in the comments, but you can't actually add the polling option yourselves. Either way, I do want to start doing that a lot more often because it lets me do things that you guys are more interested in. Sometimes I might think a video is a good idea. I think some people would be interested in it, and then turns out not so many of you are. And then something that maybe I think would not be as interesting to you guys is. So basically this just helps me interact more with you and lets me know kind of what you're thinking and what you want to see. Resolution 6, go outside of my comfort zone a little bit more often. This is more just a personal fragrance resolution than it is something that directly deals with the channel. Sometimes you start to fall into a little bit of a rut where you wear the things that you know you're going to like over and over and over again, and you kind of get into this this pattern of wearing similar stuff. Whether it's things that you've worn a whole bunch in the past so you know you like it, or fragrances that are right in line with things that you already like. So I like in the new year to go outside my comfort zone a little bit. Try some fragrances that maybe in the past I would have shied away from. Try out new combinations of notes, maybe lesser known houses, more artistic niche fragrances. In 2019, I would like to go outside of my comfort zone a little bit more. Open my horizons just a little bit further. So that's resolution 6. And then the last resolution, resolution 7, is try to watch more fellow YouTubers' fragrance videos. Because I'll be honest with you, in 2018, I watched very, very few fragrance videos from other creators. Basically, the only videos that I would watch are the ones that people that I'm friends with did. So basically, we're talking about the team top 5 guys. I would watch those videos when they popped up and I had time, but that's about it. It's just been a really busy year for me. Like I said, I took that big gap off of time from the channel itself, and during that time, I wasn't watching anything fragrance related. My mind was elsewhere. So in 2019, I'm planning on setting some time aside to where I can view other people's videos, maybe glean some information from them, or learn some things about new fragrances that I didn't know before. Because as far as 2018 goes, I didn't watch much of anything. The only time I would really watch a video is if one of my friends on Facebook sent me a fragrance video and said, hey, you should watch this or check this out. I would watch it then, but otherwise, very, 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 very little. All right, guys, that is it. Those are my fragrance resolutions for 2019. If you guys have any resolutions that have anything to do with fragrance, or honestly, just any resolutions at all, leave those in the comments. Oh, and maybe one of my resolutions should be that I'm going to get as muscular as I was 6 years ago. I'll give that one a shot, but I don't know. We'll see. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all your support through 2018. Here's to a great 2019, both for you and for me. Thanks so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys again next year, probably. Yeah, next year.